Hey everyone, I'm here today with not a crafty video, but rather an organizational video. And this one today is about pantry organization. I organized my pantry in our 200-year-old farmhouse about 10 months ago. And it's still working very well for us. So I thought I'd share some of my tips and tricks for organizing your own pantry. So here's our pantry. It's just a small closet in our kitchen. It does not currently have a door. We are going to put an old sliding barn door on there once we find the perfect wood or the perfect door. For now, I can see right inside it, and I'm okay with that. So on the left wall, I have some aprons hanging there, my husband's, mine, and then our 3-year-old granddaughter's apron as well when she comes over. I have some antique tools that just hang there just because they're cute. The baskets up at the top, I have empty ones on the very top that we use when we do dinner rolls and that sort of thing for company. And then the large baskets are holding items that we do not use very often, like for instance, our gingerbread house making supplies and things like that. These baskets down here hold additional spices that don't fit in my spice drawer and a few other things that are excess. I'm going to show you the spice drawer in just a minute. Then I have cupcake liners in a cute little jar. I have some toothpicks. Those are kind of just chucked in that jar, except for that one rogue toothpick there on the shelf, escapee. And then I have ball jars, canning jars that just have various things like raisins and ginger and coconut and baking soda and baking powder. Some of them are labeled, especially the powder, so that I don't mix them up. The lids on these jars I found at Walmart. They are just plastic lids for mason jars, and they work really well. Down here I have lots of different types of flours and things. I have a lot of different kinds of flours. I like to do different types of baking and experiment with things that are maybe a little bit healthier for you than the traditional baking, although I do plenty of that as well. I've got some different sugars here, and then some different kinds of salts. And then I have different chocolate chips. We have to have white and dark as well. Unsweetened cocoa, looks like I need to put that on the grocery list. That's getting pretty low. We have pancake mix. These jars here are Anchor Hocking jars. They're cracker jars, which you can get at Walmart or Target or the Container Store. Here I have an old recipe box with some recipes that are handwritten that I use often. The back corner just contains things that we do not use very often, more like emergency food, pasta sauce and regular peanut butter and that sort of thing. Some extra kosher salt back there as well. So the next shelf down, I have lots of cans of beans. I have some cheese sauce for the guys for Super Bowl Sunday. Go Patriots. And then we have coconut cream and all kinds of good things there. And then the birthday basket that has candles and sprinkles and food coloring and that sort of thing all together in one basket, so I can easily find it when I need it. And then I have some pecans in the next jar, chia seeds, amaranth, quinoa, brown rice, walnuts. Now some people store their nuts in the refrigerator or the freezer to keep them from going rancid. We use pecans and walnuts often, so we never have a chance for them to go rancid. So I do store them in the pantry. I have not had a problem in all my many years of cooking. This little basket here holds different types of extracts, some baking chocolate, some yeast, and then some dip mixes in the back there as well. So we've got everything I need for baking and that sort of thing there. And then I have some canned vegetables in the next row down, tomatoes and corn and things of that nature. The Lazy Susan in the back corner is holding lots of shortening. I don't know why I have so much shortening. And then I have Jell-O on the bottom of it, some snacks for the guys in these jars. And then I have some OXO Good Grips pop-up containers with pastas in them. And then these jars here, which I have in small, medium, and large, I don't know where I got them from. And then I've got some cereal containers also from OXO. This Planters peanut jar here holds oatmeal. And then the sweet little orange juice pitcher was something that came from my grandmother. She gave that to me before she passed. And then I have a couple of antique bowls with some bananas in them, some serving dishes in the corner. We have some leftover mints there in the jar. My son grabs one of those whenever he comes over. Then some of my most used appliances here that I don't want to keep out. So my Vitamix and my food processor are kept over here. We have kitty cat supplies down here, the cat food in the container on the right, and then the left has treats and things like that in a nicely sealed container that they can't get into. Then I have some antique boxes with overflow items. I have a lot of broth in there, extra flours, things like that in that one. And then over here I have enough maple syrup to feed all of New England. You know, we can't run out of maple syrup, not up here. Then I have a coffee urn, and I have some more displayware, a rack for pies in the corner there. And then on this next shelf up here, I have some Anchor Hocking penny candy jars, and they all contain snacks and things for my granddaughter. She's 3 years old. This is on a shelf that she can reach, and so she knows she can come in here and get a snack when she wants to. These almonds were originally our snack, but she actually has grown to really like them also, so she gets those out sometimes. This jar over here on the left actually has snacks for the baby. Her little sister is almost 8 months old. So I've got some things in there for her. And then this is my granddaughter's most favorite jar. It's got gummies and things like that in it. Up here has some cooking equipment, cooking supplies. I have lots of spices and oils and vinegars. This shelf is mostly all vinegars and sauces. The one above it has a lot of my oils. So you can see I've got a lot of different oils. Some baby food there, some ghee. I've got the container there with the powdered sugar in it. I was looking on the bottom to see where I got that. I'm pretty sure it was Pampered Chef. And then the peanut butters that I do like to use are the natural peanut butters, and also the sun butter is very good. And then behind the sun butter, I've got some almond butter, which those are pretty good healthy choices. And then on the back, some more baking things, and then some local honey. Local honey is great wherever you live to keep the allergies away. A teaspoon of that a day, they say. And then I've got some straws and paper plates and things like that. And then a cupcake stand and also another pie stand on the other side over there. So that's pretty much everything in that small space. Now let's show you my baking center. So if you come out here to my kitchen, I have large Anchor Hocking Montana jars with wood lids. I believe you can get them with stainless lids also. And I've got them sitting on these floating shelves that my husband made out of some leftover flooring from when we did our kitchen floor. There's my stand mixer, and then below that I have some of my most used glass bowls and measuring cups, and then everything in that basket are parts that go with my stand mixer. And it's all on this antique table that probably should be refinished, but I just love the way it is. I'm happy with just the way it is. So let's go look at the spices. I keep my spices in this drawer right here, right near where I cook. I cook right behind this on the island, and I've got them in these beautiful jars with labels that I printed out from the internet. I'll leave a link below for that. And all of these jars are IKEA spice jars. They hold about 5 ounces, I believe, which is a lot, so you could put quite a bit in there. And I make sure to put a label on the jar as well as on the lid, because if those two things get separated, you may have trouble putting the correct ones back together if you're a crazy cook like me and you've got lots of things going at the same time. Over here is our beverage station. So this is where we store all the things having to do with drinking. So this is my wine / coffee rack. In these canisters down here, I've got coffee and tea and sugar right next to the coffee pot, which of course is going because I always have coffee going. And then, you know, little notepad and things there. And in the drawers, we do store our plastic wraps and baggies and aluminum foil and that kind of thing in those drawers. Our napkins are right there by the table, so we can just pop them out whenever we want to sit down. Normally this cupboard is full of seltzer, canned seltzer, and we just don't have any right now. This drawer is our coffee drawer. We have a few drinks for our granddaughter in there, but it's mostly coffee and a little bit of bottled water. Then this side has extra napkins, extra baggies, and liquor. The bottom drawer has some paperware, cups and plates and things like that in there. So that's everything. Thanks so much for watching my pantry organization video. I hope it inspired you to do a little organizing of your own. I hope it doesn't add any stress to you or make you feel like somehow you're not doing it right, because organizing is a very personal thing. It depends on the stage in life you're at. It depends on your budget. It depends on the space that you have. It depends on the time that you have. So just use what you've got and organize things in the way that makes the most sense for you. I find if I take everything out of the pantry and just look at it and categorize it, it helps me to put it back in a way that makes more sense. And also think about how you use things. That's why my spices are over near where I cook instead of in the pantry. Thank you so much for watching today. If you'd like me to make more organizational videos, let me know in the comments. And do subscribe. Also, have a wonderful day.